Welcome to Gab Jam, episode 173.
All right. What are we talking about today?
Our topic today is why should a DIY rock star have a podcast?
Yes.
And I know now there are, I guess what they say, over 2 million podcasts now.
Wow, yeah.
But there are all kinds of reasons why you should have a podcast.
Right.
Even though there are tons of them out there already.
All right. So, what's the first reason?
Okay, so our first reason why DIY Rockstar should have a podcast is that it helps build community around your message.
Right.
And maybe early on you're not sure what your message is, but even if you're a songwriter, there's usually something that you're constantly working on that you're trying to convey.
Yeah.
And whether that is peace and love, whether it's that we need to stop injustice, whatever your message is, there are people out there who would resonate with that idea.
Right. And I don't care what the artistic movement may have been, there's always community.
Yes.
And so, whether it was from the folk movement that Bob Dylan was a part of, or even like the Beatles when they first kind of started out, and that's why they have an image, and after a while you kind of know what a Beatle fan looks like, you know what, a Dylan fan looks like, or what the folkies look like.
Yeah.
There's always that. And so what you have to do as a DIY rock star is you have to also realize that music is communal.
Yes.
It's a communal type of experience, and so you have to appreciate that if you're intending on sharing your music with people.
Yes.
And so by doing that, you have to show, you have to be able to reach out to that community of people that you think will appreciate your music.
Yes.
And doing a podcast is a way of doing it.
And the good part about that is that they say that people who listen to podcasts generally listen to 7 or 8 others.
Right.
So to me, there's always room.
Yeah.
You don't just listen to one and that's it. Usually once you're into that culture, so you can find people who resonate with you in that podcasting space.
Right. So, that's the way things always are. So I mean, but there are going to be people out there that's going to resonate with your message, and this is the way that you get your message out there so that you can find those individuals, whoever they might be.
Yes. So the second reason why DIY rock stars need a podcast is that it helps showcase your personality.
Yeah.
So your music helps showcase your personality, but the podcast adds that extra layer.
Yeah.
You get, and actually I've become fans of some people's art and their music because I've heard their personality in the podcast because I resonate with that.
Yeah.
So that the people actually get to hear, you talk about issues, talk about, again, what you care about. And it may even be about your day-to-day, life. And, of course, tips. And I listen to a lot of podcasts to learn, but then sometimes I listen to be entertained. But the personality of the podcasters a lot of times is what makes the difference between me listening to one. There might be 10 in that with that same topic.
Right.
But the reason why I listen to one versus the other is I'll start listening, and if I'm enjoying the vibe, the personality of the people who are doing it, then I will keep listening to that one. So
I mean, you kind of keep in mind that, back in the day, there would be like scenes that would start up, whether it was like in Seattle with the grunge scene, or whatever it might be, or Motown Records here in Detroit, with the techno scene here in the city of Detroit and things like that. So this is kind of a way of you building this virtually.
Yes.
For you, building that kind of scene around, what you do musically, with people who might actually even be other musicians. Yeah. You don't know what walk of life they may come from.
Yeah, that's true.
And so this is kind of your way of doing that in a way that is far more reaching than what we used to have before.
That's
right?
what I was about to say. It's kind of like your own radio station.
Right.
But they have already set it up for you. Apple, Spotify, they've already set up a place where people can find the podcast. So it makes it easier.
Your way of, kind of having your own little hang with your people, because you can sit and discuss things. They can interact with you, whether it's by responding back. And then who knows what it might lead to after that. Maybe then it leads to you doing a Facebook Live or whatever else. Or
some people actually stream their podcast live. So maybe you're a person that on YouTube, you're streaming it live before you put it up as content later.
So that people can interact with you. So in that way, that's the part that's so great about today is that it allows you virtually to create that environment that you could only do long time ago locally. Where you could actually go out and interact with people. Whereas now you have a chance virtually to interact with the whole world.
I was about to say, people all over the place.
Right.
And the third reason why it's beneficial for DIY rock stars to have a podcast is, of course, it helps deepens people's interest in what you do.
Right.
And so I know for us, for a fact, not only have we discovered other people, I'm thinking like Tom Ray, we were just on his podcast, but his music, I've listened to his music many different times because I've discovered him through his podcast.
Right.
And so I'm sure it's the same way with you guys. I know if you've been listening to ours, we're promoting Sugar Fit. So again, it's just another way to again bring people into your art.
Right. And then the thing is too is that don't just do it just to sell records.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because people will pick up on that too.
Yeah,
so meaning that try to actually legitimately try to connect with people.
Yeah.
Do it for the enjoyment of it.
Yeah.
So I have to stress that aspect of it too, that really, don't get upset if you only got 3 people who interact with you or 2 people or 1 person or whatever. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Look, if you got that, that's great.
Yeah.
Cultivate what you have.
Yeah, that's true.
Enjoy what you have.
Yeah.
Right? And allow things to kind of grow organically.
Yeah.
By you kind of being willing to give of yourself.
Yes.
And then you will find that you will receive a lot more back.
Yeah.
The more you're willing to give without necessarily saying, oh, when I want to get it back, when I want to get it back.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
Give it, and then you'll be surprised what you get back. But because, people can also really sense and pick up on when things are not authentic.
Yeah, that's true.
Or they can just pick up when all you like saying, okay, I just want you to just buy what I have to do, and I don't give a damn about you.
That's true.
People can pick up on that.
Yeah, they can.
So if that's gonna be the way that you're gonna do it, then buy it.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time doing this. Go buy some ads. Go that route. Don't even do this, because this is more about trying to legitimately cultivate what your tribe is, what your audience is, so that there's this legitimate give and take between you and them.
Yeah. And a lot of people use, even to further to make another good reason to have the podcast is that there are a lot of people who interview other people.
Yeah.
And so they do really get to meet their peers.
Right.
And I'm saying meeting your peers and even maybe some people a little bit beyond you is actually beneficial. It helps you learn. It helps people learn about you, and you get to share community between you. So, you really can't beat that.
No, you can't.
That's the best networking that you can ever do. You don't have to do cold emails. You say, hey, I would like to have you on the podcast.
Right.
And that's an easy way to connect up.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so what do you guys think? What is another reason, or what other podcasts do you guys listen to? I know I'm always sharing the podcast that we're listening to. Mm-hmm. So what podcasts are you listening to help, I guess, reignite your creative inspiration? I really would like to know, because I'm always trying to discover new podcasts.
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments below, and we want to thank you guys for continuing to support us with Sugar Fit.
And the YouTube channel too, and also people who go out to SoundCloud, listen on SoundCloud. listen to the podcast, you know, everywhere, as long with listening to Sugar Fit and that type of thing. So we'll remind you that with respect to vinyl, if you're interested in vinyl, then go over to Patreon. We are collecting over there for that. And so this is, of course, you guys already know, as far as streaming everywhere. And you can get it from Bandcamp too. So.
Yes, and CD Baby.
Yeah.
If you like the CD.
Yeah.
All right. If you dig the vibe, be sure to
subscribe.
We're wishing you love, peace, and
peace.